Hey everybody, and welcome back to our 32-man Magical Athlete Tournament. We're on to race 5 now. We have 8 racers who have qualified, 8 who have been eliminated, and we're still whittling down to who will get through to the final 16. So let's continue by drawing the next cards. So we're going to start with the Romantic. The Romantic's power is when anyone stops on a space with exactly one other racer, I can move 2. He's hoping people share some spots. We have the Copycat, who will emulate the power of the person in the lead. And he is quite a versatile racer who has quite a lot of scope to adapt to the current state of the board. We have the Third Wheel, which could be quite an interesting tie-in with the Romantic, where before my main move I can warp to any space with 2 racers on it. So he can kind of teleport up the board as long as people can share. It's a nice little catch-up mechanism for him if he needs it. And the very powerful Leap Toad, who will skip over spaces with other people on them. And hopefully things will line up for him. And being in last place or starting in last place could be an early advantage for the Leap Toad, as hopefully he can skip over other players. So this could be an interesting one. Let's get started with the Romantic's first turn. So he is going to roll a 4 and move along like so. Onto the Copycat, who at the current state of time is going to copy the Romantic because the Romantic is in the lead, and he's rolled a 1, which is nothing to write home about. And then we have the Third Wheel. So the Third Wheel can't use his power at this time, but he has rolled a 6, which is quite nice. So he's absolutely flying up the board now. And then we go on to the Leap Toad. So if the Leap Toad rolls a 6, it could be a really strong start for him. And he's rolled a 1, so that's not too good. But he does skip over the Copycat. So we're on to the second lot of racing. So we're on to the Romantic again. And the Romantic is going to roll a 3. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3. End here. So still no doubling up on any spots. The Copycat is going to go now. And he's also rolled a 3. So he could go 1, 2, 3. Still nobody sharing spaces. So no abilities are being triggered. The Third Wheel cannot teleport anywhere, so he's going to take a very basic action, but he has rolled a 6, which is really nice and will make a good amount of progress, of course. The Leap Toad's turn, and he definitely needs to make some ground up now. He's rolled a 4, which is not bad, so he goes 1, 2, 3, 4, because he actually skips over other players. So he's secured himself second place at the moment. Back to the Romantic with his next move, and he rolls a 1, which is not terrible for him, because if he rolls a 1 and he shares with somebody else, so you can see here that when anyone stops on a space with exactly one other racer, I can move 2. So he's going to push on another 2. And that's it, I believe. So then we go on to the Copycat, who is currently copying the Third Wheel, but that's not going to be relevant because there's nobody sharing a spot. And the Copycat is going to move 3. Nothing terribly impressive. It's all just trickling along, very steady at the moment. The Third Wheel can't use his power, and why would he? He's in the lead. But he might need it soon because he's only rolling a very boring 1. Onto the Leap Toad now. So again, this is a good little setup of the Leap Toad activating his power if he wants it. I think he will get it. He's going to roll a 5, so he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is very nice. And now that the Leap Toad is in the lead, the Copycat is going to be using his power. So that's a really nice power to leech off, or to copy. Back onto the Romantic again, who is in third place at the moment. He's going to roll a 2. Not great. Copycat then. Copycat needs a high roll, and he needs to leapfrog those other 2. And he doesn't get it. He only gets a 1, which is pretty terrible. Third Wheel. He could teleport to a double spot, but there's nobody doing that. So he's not really utilising his power at the moment, but he does go 5, which is pretty steady. Oh, very good, actually, to push on to the final home stretch, but we've still got quite a few spaces to get over. And onto the Leap Toad, who, in my opinion, is probably the favourite for this race. But it might not be the case, as you know, with that Magical Athlete. Back onto the Romantic then, who's not really doing anything to write home about, but he does go 6 spaces, which is great. And of course that means that he, when anybody stops on a space with exactly one other racer, I move 2, like so. And I believe that when he's used that power, when anybody stops on a space with it, yeah, and then the copycat says, I have the power of the racer currently in the lead. So he was in the lead when that power was used, so I believe that he could probably take that power and move 2 himself. Moving on to the copycat then, who's now stealing off the Romantic. He rolls a 4. He goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Catching up, but still not looking like a favourite. Onto the third wheel, which isn't going to matter because there's no duplicates, but he goes 4 spaces, like so. Into that final run there. Leap Toad's turn. It's got a nice little lineup. A 6 is always going to be good for the Leap Toad. Well, it's good for anybody, but particularly for the Leap Toad. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is obviously a brilliant progress he's made in a single turn. Onto the Romantic. He's rolled a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. No powers being triggered. The Copycat currently has the Leap Toad's power, but he's not going to even use that because there's just too much of a gap between them, and especially when you roll a 1. The third wheel doesn't get to use his power because nobody is sharing a space. But he rolls a 6, so he goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just 2 away from the finishing line now. And onto the Leap Toad with his final kind of even turn. Only rolls a 1 though, so not good at all. He needed a good roll there because everyone's got a roll in hand now. And we have the Romantic, who is currently in 3rd place. But he rolls a 3, so he goes 1, 2, 3. No sharing with spaces, no powers being activated. The Copycat, this would have been a great chance for the Copycat to copy the ability of the third wheel, but he can't because nobody is sharing a space. So he's going to keep on trickling along right back there in last place. You can't even see his opponents in view now, but he does make a very good progress there with 5, but it's not going to be enough, I fear. The third wheel cannot use its power. It goes 4, which gets him home and dry. We have a winner with the third wheel. Did that kind of cleanly, really, without bending any rules. And finally, we have the Leapfrog for the lap. And he's rolled a 2, which is not enough. He's going to go 1, 2. And his fate is completely in the hands of the Romantic, who I fear is going to steal the 2nd place spot. And he does. He rolls a 5. He is home and dry. Our 1st place is the third wheel. 2nd place is the Romantic. Current 3rd place is going to be the Leap Toad, with the Copycat being eliminated as well. So good race there. Very strong showing. Again, without much skullduggery for the Romantic and for the third wheel, who will join Winners Row. These 2 very strong characters will be eliminated from the tournament.